Coronation Street abuser Theo's next two victims confirmed by Soap Boss. What makes Theo Silverton such an effective Coronation Street villain? It's simple. He continually finds new depths to fall to. The self-absorbed tyrant has held Todd Grimshaw captive in a terrifying cycle of domestic abuse, regularly degrading the man he claims to love through calculated humiliation, relentless manipulation, and brutal assaults. Intimidated and worn down, Todd has found it almost impossible to break free, as Theo steadily cut him off from friends and family. Hope finally appeared when Billy Mayhew began to sense that something wasn't right. At Debbie Webster's wedding, Billy noticed Todd's injuries as he was changing clothes. After yet another savage attack from Theo, Todd at last felt able to open up to his longtime friend about the torment he'd been enduring. Just as rescue seemed within reach, disaster struck. In ITV's eagerly awaited Corriedale spinoff, Billy and Todd were traveling together on a minibus that exploded during a catastrophic multi-vehicle crash. Although Theo had the chance to save Billy, he chose not to put himself at risk for the man he'd always resented. In a chilling moment, Theo deliberately secured the seatbelt of an unconscious Billy before abandoning him in the burning wreckage. With that act, Theo crossed a new line by becoming a killer. Having finally escaped his abuser, a devastated Todd is now grieving, isolated, and more exposed than ever, making him an easy target for Theo to worm his way back into his life. With Billy gone, it appears there's no one left to shield Todd from Theo's grip. Or is there? Coronation Street executive producer Kate Brooks has revealed that Theo's next focus will be the people Todd holds closest: Summer Spellman and George Shuttleworth. Summer has always felt like the child Todd never had, blended with the devotion of a much younger sibling. When Todd and Billy were still together, they acted as Summer's guardians. George, meanwhile, is Todd's employer and the person who introduced him to the world of undertaking. Beyond that, George fills a fatherly role, offering guidance and treating Todd like family. Both he and Summer give Todd joy, confidence, and a sense of belonging outside of Theo, which makes them a serious threat to his control. Upcoming episodes will show Theo turning his attention to Summer and George as he tries to tighten his hold on Todd. Kate Brooks explains that Theo's guilt over Billy's death, combined with his fear of losing Todd, has pushed him into even more dangerous territory. She notes that while Theo is consumed by remorse and has done something truly unforgivable, he convinces himself it was necessary to keep Todd. In his deeply distorted and unstable way, he believes he loves Todd, and that belief drives him to present himself as a devoted source of support to Todd, Summer, and George, no matter how twisted his motives truly are. He's portrayed as completely dependable. Part of that behavior is an attempt to bury the guilt he carries over his role in Billy's death, but it's also driven by the fear of nearly losing Todd. Determined not to let that happen again, he does everything possible to keep Todd close. Up to now, Theo has successfully put on the act of the perfect partner around Summer and George, charming them enough to avoid raising any red flags. Beneath the surface, however, jealousy fuels his actions, forcing him to balance control with careful appearances. Kate Brooks explains that this balance becomes increasingly fragile as Theo exploits Todd's grief and emotional collapse. Viewers will see Theo grow even more calculating, gradually pulling Todd back under his influence at a time when Todd feels desperate for support. Believing he needs someone to keep him from sinking, Todd leans on Theo, who positions himself as that vital source of stability. He presents himself not only as Todd's savior, but also as a key support figure for Summer and George. While audiences are well aware of Theo's true nature and the suffering he has inflicted, Todd is at his most exposed and defenseless, making him especially susceptible. Todd's experience of domestic abuse has followed the familiar cycle seen in many toxic relationships, swinging between brief moments of hope and devastating periods of fear. Following the powerful impact of Yasmeen Metcalf's coercive control storyline, the show faced the challenge of finding a new angle on a subject already deeply explored in soap drama. In the past, viewers have often felt frustrated when escape seems close, only for it to be cruelly taken away. In an effort to tell the story differently, Coronation Street aired a special episode titled Behind Closed Doors in December, using CCTV, doorbell footage, and police body cameras to present Todd's ordeal. Kate Brooks has defended this creative choice as a way of capturing the harsh reality of the situation. She explained that the aim was to portray the truth of domestic abuse, emphasizing that it isn't something neatly resolved in a short time. Moving into the early part of the new year, Todd and Theo remain central to the show as the storyline continues in a realistic and unflinching way. She acknowledged that it can be difficult to watch, as demonstrated by the special episode, but stressed that it's an important and necessary story to tell. As for why the storyline has resonated so strongly, Kate is quick to praise the actors involved. She highlighted the depth and subtlety both performers bring to their roles, noting that their work has made the plot gripping, compelling, and impossible to ignore. Coronation Street actress Tanisha Gorey has revealed a huge personal milestone, delighting fans with an emotional real-life update. The star, best known for playing Asha Alahan on the ITV soap, announced that she is now engaged to her partner, Lucas Whelan. Sharing the happy news on Instagram on Friday the 17th of January, Tanisha uploaded a series of touching photos with the caption, "Burby still crying," accompanied by tearful ring and heart emojis. Among the images was a heart-shaped cake decorated with the words "just engaged," surrounded by Polaroid snapshots of the couple together. The post also included several shots of Tanisha proudly displaying her eye-catching engagement ring, along with a behind-the-scenes look at the romantic proposal. One image showed her standing in a bedroom holding a large bouquet of flowers, with heart-shaped balloons covering the ceiling and balloon lettering behind her spelling out, "I love you." Fans and fellow Coronation Street cast members quickly flooded the comments with messages of congratulations. Messages poured in from co-stars including Alan Halsall, Jane Danson, Molly Gallagher, Vicky Myers, and Andy Wymant. Sue Devaney shared her excitement, writing that she was thrilled for the couple and sending her love, while Sally Dynevor also commented to say how happy she was and offered her congratulations. Sally Carmen Deteen added an enthusiastic message celebrating the engagement, and Jane Hazelgrove described it as a beautiful way to begin the new year, sending her love to both of them. Meanwhile, Tony Maudsley kept things lighthearted by joking that he was delighted for Tanisha, but disappointed not to have received a slice of cake. The announcement follows Asha's prominent involvement in the recent Corriedale crossover episodes, which saw the character spring into action to help those injured in the devastating crash. After previously stepping away from her medical career, Asha came to the realization that helping others was still her calling and decided to reapply for her training. Whether her return to the profession will be straightforward remains to be seen. Coronation Street continues to air on ITV1 on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.